Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. It's that time of the year again. Finally got some release stuff from GGG for the new Crucible League. And we got some notes to read through. I did kind of read some of these on lunch yesterday, I think down to about the passive changes, the mastery passive changes. So I'll revisit those real quick. Get some stuff going here. Let me pop this out. Pop out chatty. Happy Saturday. Saturday. What a day. Gonna do Wordle real quick too. Why not? I've been just kind of busy working and waiting for the new league content to come out. So, let's do slate. Let's do what the hell? March? Such a rough go there. Quick and easy, quick and easy. 98%. I've reset my streaks a couple times. I think I've lost two, maybe two or three overall. It's a rough one. It's a rough one. All right, so really excited about the trailers they've released. I guess I should check if my audio is actually on. Okay, good. It's been a while since I've had this up and running, so the camera is facing the couch and not really the dogs. I guess I could fix that real quick too. I guess it's a little better. That's fine. Lots of good content changes. We'll see how it goes. I'm sure you guys already seen the league announcements. Pretty stock standard. The Crucible Challenge League. Browse. New skill gems, new Atlas gateways, dexterity gems, snipe. They put snipe in finally. I was actually looking for that helm in Ruthless, and in Ruthless with gold. No one was selling them. New support gem for mana forged arrows. Very interesting. Prismatic burst. Maybe. Momentum. I thought this was just going to be a joke. Still might be. I don't know. This actually in the patch notes before April 1st, but 10 new uniques, of course, div cards, move div cards around, making all these stacks 20. Very, very nice. I'm not sure, as long as this is actually implemented nicely, this could be good. The rare things they definitely had implemented in the Ruthless with Gold event, so we would see rare items from vendors. I'm guessing they did that successfully. They were all pretty garbaggio for the most part. But I don't know. Instead of having to check like every single level in the early game to get your runner's boots or your links, this may Not a full refresh means you should get less overall items if they just like fade away and fade out. And I think that's what they actually did in the Ruthless with the gold event. So I wasn't very fond of it, and I'm thinking it's going to be just as shit as it was in that event. But let's see here. League revamps, of course. Yes, Breach looks amazing and already was kind of amazing. I ran it quite often in my regular game. All the changes to gems. Yeah, thanks, my love. I didn't check. Severed in Sleep is no longer plus 20 attributes. Oh, they just killed it. Destroyed. You change one thing, you change the whole build. That's crazy. That's gone. So no more poison SRS builds that are easily farming that. That is an insane increase. Let's think about this. 500 value of flat off of like 5%. If you have 6k HP and a 5%, that's 300. Is that right? If I have 6,000 life. Wow. Yeah. That was a big buff on the surrender. Holy shit. What is that math? Because realistically, if I had like almost 10% on a shield, right, that's 600. So it's actually better than the Shaper one now if you get the higher than, like, I don't know, higher than 300 on that. But you don't get other stats. You get the armor. And that's about it. And it should have high block, if I'm not mistaken. So high block, high armor, and then high life recovery. Interesting. Don't really care, don't really care. I mean, it could be good, sure. Added fire damage for each time they pierced. Formless Flame, Formless Inferno, Resolves Hearts, no longer covered in ash, covered enemies in ash when you hit. It's always nearby enemies are covered in ash. That's a plus for most, well, maybe not. It's good for some melee boys, good for potentially RF, but this is bad for all your rangers that want to do stuff far away. Tollborn, Tollfall, Snowblind Grace, the perfect form. Arctic Armor has no reservation. No longer has that, no longer has this, and that. They took off the life. Of course. 50% chance to spell suppress. That's nutty. Hanacon. Let's see here. Hand of Thought. Looks like I got... It instead adds this dexterity bonus and int bonus. And adds 1 to 10 flat. Interesting. Per dex. And crit per int. This is Hoa. Okay. Ash's Mirror. Spread Shock. That's busted. Like broken. Oh, wait, did it? It just, okay, that's fine. Okay, Abyss Change is awesome, cool. Shadow Lightless, Tomb Fist, Light Poacher, Darkness Enthroned, pretty good buff there. Well, buff and not buff. Okay, scarabs, rusted scarabs, polished scarabs, bisque scarabs. Okay. Your maps removed. Your maps. Oh, this is the maps removed. This is added back. We like Arid Lake. We like Beach. We like Belfry. We like Desert Spring is meh. Dig is meh. Geode's fine. Lighthouse is a weird one. We'll go with Tropical Island, Waste Pool. We'll probably run a lot of Waste Pool. Lost Burial Chambers, don't really give a shit. Lost Lava Lake, awesome. Haunted Mansion, tier. Mesa, double tier. Sad day. Move div cards around. Okay, end game changes. Profane modifier that can roll extra physical as chaos and inflict wither for 2 seconds on hit. That's gonna be fun. I'm gonna be chaos res cap, don't worry. No longer 3 previous quality. Final map boss 8% chance to drop Maven's tier. Slightly increased for this change. Yes, cool. A lot of good stuff overall so far. Divination cards and Voidborn Reliquary changes. Balance of Terror can no longer be obtained. It was a mistake. Iron Bard Divination card has been re-enabled and it's called the Rusted Bard for Tainted Mythic Orbs. Alright, the tree mastery changes. Like I said, I did look through these. A lot of big significant changes and took out a lot of stuff that I actually had used, which is odd because they said they're going to add more options and keep the better ones, but obviously their stats are fucking skewed, or their opinions, whatever they want to base these off of. Accuracy mastery goes hell yeah, go your accuracy jug build. Should be exceptionally good with boom the 40% again, 50% here when you're doing close range stuff, and 500 here is early on. Really good. Brings it back down to 300 at max level. Armor masteries, kept those two, which are fine. This one's insane too. I'll probably try to utilize this. There's a few more +1 all mastery, all max res throughout the game. I didn't look at these too much. Armor and ES is still probably in a very weird place. I did like this option here. Really good. And this congruently. But it is only damage taken from hits. It wouldn't necessarily be poisons. I think about what chaos damage hits are. Armor evasion. I wonder if you make them both the same if you get immune to both. It does say has higher, so probably not. Attack ones, really cool. +3 melee strike range of all strikes, non-of all strikes, strike additional target. Adrenaline when you gain stance when you change stances. So. Cast one is kind of meh. This one, I mean, whatever. Here's where a lot of hurt comes in. They changed the chaos masteries. You still kept the +1 and you kept the 40% conversion. +1 max chaos res. Cool. They changed the wither increased effect to just go to 15 debuffs. Fucking nerf, in my opinion. Garbage. Claw masteries. Claw masteries look fucking insane. Mainly this little text here. considering options for that and the 10% life leech instant on the tree. Or in the other mastery or whatever. Other than that, they kept the Nightblade and everything else has changed. So, low life, maybe if her damage is that bad, but it should be good. What is stealth modifier again? Have to look into that. Cold masteries, +1 cold res. I don't think we grab anything else in that wheel to get to that. Dagger masteries, they kept most of them and only added new projectile speed. Well, the dagger, they kept the Nightblade elusive, still good. They changed the elemental masteries. They got rid of our 15% all res. That's a quick, easy point. Changes the leveling experience quite a bit. They kept the inflict exposure, the reduced damage, and then reduced effective exposure on you is actually probably pretty darn good. The inverted thing, I get, like they're just trying to, I don't know, it tries to be too just like different. I don't know. 30% chance to hit for physical is extra elemental. They stretch themselves quite thin on a lot of these. Energy shield mastery is cool. Less physical damage taken while on full energy shield. If it was like while you had energy shield, that'd be amazing. But it's only on full. Kind of helps for the big slams. Evasion, they kept all those. They changed this one to have 15% suppressed spell damage. I believe it was 12 before. Right? I think it was 12. So a little buff there. I don't know why they said new. It should just be buff, right? Evasion ES, they added this. All 4 of these. I don't know what they were for. Pretty garbage. Still pretty garbage. Fire masteries, they kept the exposure and the conversion. They got rid of everything else. This one was pretty interesting. The burning explodes for 10% of their max health. Flask masteries, they kept the most important one, which is gain charges. Remove ailments when you use, remove non-ailments when you use large flask, yeah. This one, to put that on the tree, is literally putting what the ascendancy was for Scion on the tree if you want Pathfinder. It's pretty crazy, especially if I'll have to look at the changes to the Pathfinder. But if they left that on the Pathfinder node, then you get 6 + 4 is 10%. Now that's nutty. You essentially get what, 5 times 10 is 50% every time you use a flask or instead of flasks. Fortify mastery, all those are new. They kept the melee fortify, melee hits fortify, and they kept the reduction. Pretty shit. Pretty shit. This would benefit. I can't think of what this would benefit. If you're not doing big melee hits. But it's only when you don't get it during a boss fight unless you're killing a boss with ads. It has to be a rare. Yeah. Not sure why that would be beneficial at all. 2% reduction of ailments inflicted per fortification. Yeah. Stun block recovery. Yeah, cool. So it's 80% stun block recovery, right? If you have 20. Impale. Last for additional hit. Everything else is the same except this one. Reflected damage for hits that they have left. Okay. Leech Masteries, right? Boom. You put this together with claws. You can get 30% instant leech. %40 increase armor evasion while leeching. 25% more damage against enemies that cannot be leeched. So kill the riskier stuff that you can't leech from. 24% damage taken, recouped his life if leech was removed by filling unreserved life recently. Interesting claim. That's 4 seconds. 25% of damage taken in 4 seconds. But I do get you don't just turn off and on an aura. It's got blood magic. Or something like that was that mechanic called? Can't think of it. Leech and claws look interesting. I don't think it'll have an overwhelming effect, but we'll see. Lightning Masteries kept the conversion, kept the shock effect, kept spread, and the mana conversion. Lightning damage enemies you hit while you're shocked is lucky. Find a way to keep shock on, would be really, really good. But I think they nerfed that because it used to be you didn't have to be shocked. Oh, lightning damage of enemies hitting you while you're shocked is unlucky. Half-ass defensive garbage. But they got rid of lucky shocks on your attacks. That got fucking nerfed. Interesting, right? Insane. But you have to get all 6. Benefit if you don't have life in your chest, we can get more prefixes that can stack most likely what? Armor. If there are no life modifiers, so there's no life tags, no percent life. Interesting. Kept the 50 flat. Not sure how to make use of both of these, but is it worth to grab another one to get the 10% more max? Probably. And then putting skills cost life instead of 30% mana cost. Is that blood magic? Skills cost life instead of 30% of mana cost. That's worded very oddly, right? Do they mean skills cost life at 30% of the mana cost? So if it costs 100 mana to cast, then it costs 30 life to cast? That's what I think it means. But we'll see. Definitely an option to get all these and work with it. If you're doing, this is really beneficial if you're doing like a attack on full life, damage on full life gem as a melee attack. To make that down to 90s, you're just regenning with like vitality or something. Really good buffer. And low life increases at level 2. That's really good. I think it was below 50, though. It was low life now, right? It used to be 30. Who the fuck cares? Yeah. Yeah. Really good. Good enough early on. All these are actually really good for mind over matter builds, hierophant builds. Sorry, mines, I don't really care. Marks got nerfed. They don't have culling on marked enemies anymore. You do get a way to not take critical strikes. What are you doing, old man? Yeah, overall not great. Physical, literally stole this from the gladiator to put it on the tree. I got it. Stole that one from gladiator to put it on the tree. Bleed and pale combo works with what I was playing for spectral shield throw. Poison masteries, they kept all the decent ones. 300 initial hit, inflict faster, and plague bearer has the increased plague.
The camera's so helpful because I saw him get up.
Uh-huh.
Thought you could get a sneaky pee, huh?
Mm-hmm. He said he's coming.
Pee? I see you.
Doing a circle.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see here.
What a nasty.
Protection masteries. This one's pretty bit dank. Used to be resistance and ailments, right? So they removed the chance to get stun, poison immune. Was it 30% chance? So still decent to have this. Corrupted blood, of course, stayed. I'm good. Maims of, maim and hinder is shit. Recovery, regenerate 50 life per second is really good early on. But by the end, it's not even like half a vitality. Nearby enemies have 50% reduced life regen if you're having trouble killing things. Potentially good. Higher end rares with life regen are hard. But of course we have simple as a frost bomb to take care of that too. This one kind of feels like they just... Wasn't there something in Diablo 4 that does about the same thing? Life recoup effects instead occur every 3 seconds. 3% chance to recover all life when you kill an enemy. I don't know who would want to roll the dice that much, but sure. Reservation, another one, right? 1 all max res if you have reserved life and mana. So you put like a level 1 precision on your life or vitality on your life. I think that's crazy. Our effect, was that still 10% last time? I think it was. Yeah, it didn't change. Spell suppression at mastery changes. Very interesting early on, as Chris mentioned in the video, to have this. Suppress damage cannot inflict ailments on you. Don't really care. 8% more phasing. I don't know if that's going to be worth 8% to grab on the tree. I doubt it. Yeah, not happy with any of these actually. All pretty garbage from what they were before. But that one got moved to the evasion one. That makes sense. The 15% got moved. That's why. On evasion. Okay, got it. Stun. Trap, two-handed. Same. Ruthless intimidates, cool. War cries, yeah, okay. Yeah, all the changes. Bye. So disappointing. Oh, they removed that one. I didn't see that. So max fortification. Oh, they remove utility flasks. Gain charges. That's a big no. And effect. Ooh, boom. Reap. Oh, the grace reservation? Did they remove the termination reservation? They did. Probably the most utilized fucking nodes in all of hardcore. That one and the grace one. Good job, GGG. You've got the numbers in front of you, my dude. That's annoying. Passive skill tree cluster changes. Access to attack mastery. Oh, yeah, got it, yeah. Attack clusters, bow clusters, 15% attack speed, accuracy rating, projectile speed. Bows fire additional arrow. Sweet. Consecrated ground, no melee kill. Multi-shot, yep, we saw that. Cold cluster. It's a lot of good small changes. Breath of Remniver, okay. Fortify clusters no longer does damage. Yeah, because everyone wants to trade damage for fucking armor and evasion. Let me tell you that. What does it say? I can't read it. Yep. What does that say? Not gonna use. Yep. Ghost Dance, Keystone, Arcane Blows, Poison Clusters, Fatal Toxins, 5% duration, not 10%. That's nerf. Recovery Clusters, Stance Clusters, Avoidance, War Cry, Ascendancy changes, yes. We kind of saw these on the stream. I don't think overall it was a downgrade for Saboteurs in any way. Still should be just as strong. What did Pathfinder have? Penetrate, 20% elemental resist. Wait, what? Is that no longer res? Okay. Did they say they changed the flasks? Does Amethyst flasks no longer give chaos res? Or does it do both? Alright. Oh. Concoction-like abilities, is that what it is? Yeah, they've removed the physical conversion. 50% more cast for the text and the AoE. They now grants 24% to increase inflict withered for 2 seconds on hit. And 50% increased effect. Pretty strong. Pretty strong. No longer grants movement speed, attack speed. Now causes flask to gain 3 charges over 3 seconds. No longer does remove bleeding. Okay, the 6% was removed. And it's put on the tree. Interesting. I don't. Hmm. Hmm. Trying to think as to why they made these changes. Because you just stole the identity of Pathfinder. That was the essence of what people were playing it for. And you gave it Wither. A 30% increased effect on your magic flasks. 50% chance to not use charges. Interesting. Mana Forge from the Cage Brute, Mance Brutus. Okay, Ranger. Whew. Only Ranger gets it. Large chest on the Twilight Strand now contains... Oh, you can't mule the Onslaught. Oh. Interesting. I get it. I get it. Okay, prismatic burst with combat focus. Momentum support for Ranger no longer pierce, so they kind of moved Onslaught to Ranger. No, that's weird, right? You can get it and mule it, but you can't buy another one until you complete Enemy of the Gate. Or is that... Is that Hillock? I don't even know what that quest is. Momentum can be offered for these after completing Mercy Mission. Pierce is now offered for the Ranger after completing Mercy Mission. And the Shadow Duelist inside Nessa. Snipe is offered after breaking the seal. What is fucking breaking the seal? Is that Act 3 to 4? That is killing Vol and opening the mines. So that's like level 30. It has to be level 31 gem. Has to be level 31 gem. Okay. You don't have a mat to sit on. Ha ha. What are you doing, Bricky? Is she dumped already?
No.
Okay. It is about pill time for Ziggy.
Oh, right. Good call.
Mm-hmm. He's looking. He's gonna refill some water. There he goes. Skill balancing. I didn't think they were doing any balance. Number of specific changes, primarily to skills acquired in the early game, have enabled benefits between leveling options. Majority of skills here have either been buffed or recently compensated at higher levels. A few gems are overpowering overall, and just in the early game and end game. Melee splash now deal 4% less, previously 50, and 41 at 20. Awakened melee adjustment. Yeah, sure. Down a percent. Blight. Okay. Blight got a slight buff. Did I get a buff? Explosive trip can now cause 3 smaller explosions, previously 4, so scaled down. Shattering steel. Big nerf. Splitting steel. Okay. I don't even know, dude. Spectral throw buff. Okay.
You want a snack, Zeke?
Lightning tendrils increase. It's still not a big enough increase, I think. I don't want to allude to it being amazing, but might be better than Spark. Quality and Phantasmal Lightning. Okay. Explosive Concoction now consumes 1 charge per projectile fired instead of 3. Okay. Poisonous Concoction now consumes 1 charge per projectile fired from Flask, if possible, instead of 2 charges from 1 life flask. And now provides added chaos damage. 3% equal to the amount. Okay. And scaled up at the higher end. At 2%. In an effort to make a wider variety of builds competitive for leveling, we initially considered broadening the use cases for Onslaught in order to allow more builds to use it. This would result in Onslaught becoming a mandatory link for almost every build to level faster. This would still mean that a few remaining builds that could not make use of Onslaught would be at a speed disadvantage in the early game. Yes, like your Caustic Arrow and Toxic Rain builds. This would eventually lead to the conclusion that the removal of the gem. Is that all they give us? They don't give us any... Why would you not give us more detail on what the fuck momentum actually says and does? Okay. This eventually led to the conclusion that the removal of the skill gem, support gem, and in addition of the number of few support gems make things more interesting in early playstyles, and the correct route to try to broaden the playing field. This does lower the early game movement speed potential of some builds, placing more reliance on gear and passive tree choices to invest in movement speed. Okay. After reading just this, I completely understand why Havoc put out a video with a Ranger run. And I haven't gotten through it yet, but I'm pretty sure the Ranger might crush a lot of the top of the charts in races. Who's messaging me? Can you do a simulacrum for me? I do not have any characters in the Sanctum League. Okay. Where were we? Attack and bow-based leveling. In order to better support the early attack of bow-based leveling, faster attacks and various marksmans have had their level lowered. What? Faster attack support now has a level requirement of 8. 20% instead of 25, and 44 at the higher end. Faster attacks is now offered from the Marauder, Duelist, Ranger, Shadow, Scion for killing Brutus. Sniper Mark. Sniper Mark is now level 4. Breaking some eggs. Assassin's Mark is now level 16. Warlord's Mark is 16. Poacher's Mark is 16. What? Scepters. Scepter's got a buff. They got a big melee attack buff. Oh, wait, what? They removed the attack speed and add more flat to make the same PDPS. Sure. Wand and vendor recipe changes. Man, where was I? Vendor recipe granting flat elemental damage spells no longer exists. Weapons created using this recipe in the first few acts were powerful enough sources to not need to replace until players reach the final few acts in the campaign. Players should be actively considering weapon replacement as they progress through the leveling process, an aspect of leveling which was undercut by the existence of the vendor recipe. Okay. We've also changed the implicit modifiers of many wands. These changed wands have now new implicits which grant specific flat elemental damage spells and attacks. This means that it will be feasible through these bases, as well as explicit modifiers, to obtain flat elemental damage early on, while adding some more consistent early flat damage for wand attackers to take advantage of. There are also in-game variants based on the types. So Goat Horn adds 1 to 2 to 3 to 4, 2 to 7, 2 to 11, 10 to 13 for Fawn's Horn. Oh, is that on the implicit? Interesting. Wait, what? Okay, so Goats, Quartz is 18, Spiral is 24, Phones is like 30 something. Then they shuffled around a bunch of unique wands to make sure they didn't get flat buffs. What are you standing before, Nasty? I see you. I see you. Okay, so removing this and removing the onslaught from like witches and shadow runs will probably slow them down quite a bit in racing. Miscellaneous player balance. Don't tell me you nerf this. Stunning enemies has become trivial with the amount of hits damage. Made it harder to stun enemies with hits for almost all skills. However, nice melee stuns. Okay. Molten Shell currently outperforms other guard skills without much investment. We nerfed it. We've reduced the amount of damage the buff can provide Molten Shell can take to bring this more in line with other guard skills. Molten Shell now has a buff. Buff can take damage equal to 10% of your armor up to a maximum of 5,000. Harder to ascertain, right? 20% of your armor up to 10,000. 10% of your armor makes it harder to get that limit and half the potential high end. If I'm not mistaken, the steel skin still does something like 23 or 2400 at like level 20. Sit down. Go sit down. Go sit down. Go. A nerf nonetheless, right? Not, this one took a third. That's fucking crazy. Go sit down. Oh, 1 sec. No, you got half an hour left before lunch. With Arctic armor and that mitigation there, I think that'll be okay from losing the guard skill. I wonder if Arctic armor is going to count as guard skill. Animate weapons. Any triggered skills that come from gems, such as Rain's arrows, now share the same cooldown. Ooh. That's interesting. Simplified projectile returning. Projectiles which explode, otherwise destroy themselves. Cannot travel further. Projectiles that force to explode, otherwise destroy. Okay. Projectiles which instantly fire a location. Caustic arrow. Now ignore this when returning. They'll continue past you till they hit something. Vol strike skills can only be supported by ancestral call. Power charges now provide 50% increased critical chance per power charge. Previously 40. Corruption notables provided 2 high damage boost. So now 20% increased effect of withered. Previously 35. Okay, Phantasmal Decoy Totem. As previous change in 3.19, double the values of R's from shape or seed uniques. This was done incorrectly and only changed to displayed on the item, not the actual values granted. This has now been fixed. You guys, that makes sense. Totem spawned by players now killed. Totem spawned by players are now killed upon player death. So you can't just keep totems up and kill stuff. Yep. Modifiers to Torch Oak Step. Unique boots. Okay. Withering Step is now able to be supported by a spell totem. Interesting. So a spell totem is sit there and cast Withering Step over and over and over again. Is that all it's saying? Bow's Fire additional arrow can no longer be synthesis. Implicit modifiers can no longer roll. Okay. What are you doing, fat boy? Wait. What? Why was that an item balance? They don't give any reason to why they put that in the game. Like, that's give us something on that. Give us a reason on that. I don't get it. Unique item drop chances for Katarina have been rebalanced. And they won't tell us. But I'm guessing, gonna guess that our lovely helmet to ascertain, our lovely diadem, is no longer 50-50 on the level 68 tier. I think this and this are 2 in the same. Power from minions, monsters, modifiers been split into 2 different modifiers. Power from minions and buffs to life and damage of minions, and constantly revives minions, which, well, constantly revives minions. Oh, okay, gotcha. Got it, cool. Katava's Heralds in the Lava Lake Arena now spawn as magic instead of rare. Rare, well, you removed Lava Lake though, didn't you? Yeah, whatever. I know you're hungry, Fep, but you gotta wait. The rare modifiers that triggers purple crystals now has larger crystals, and the crystals have significantly longer delay before exploding. The monster dies. The crystals now deal chaos damage instead of elemental damage and have their damage lowered. Curse applied by necromancer is no longer removed upon their death. Okay. Ruthless specific changes. Void Stones now upgrade maps in Ruthless, though the number of tiers they upgrade maps is less than the base game. Obviously, Eternal Orbs have been added to the pool. Ruthless no longer has an alternative level for when you start finding 4, 5, and 6. Wow. You fucking... Okay, good. The time dilation for notable... That means, sorry, 4 links can be found at level 25, 5 at 35, and 6 at 45. Time dilation notable passives and Ruthless no longer cause incursions. You have a 30% chance for all monsters to be magic. The shaping of the seas, mountains, valleys, and skies were somewhat necessary to progress your atlas. We've increased the base drop of the maps in Ruthless to change for these and have now provide 8% chance to be 1 tier higher, previously 10. Fuck, it's such a negative downside though. We've increased the base drop chance for maps in Ruthless. Okay. Otherworldly artifacts, notable passives in Ruthless now provide breaches in your maps of 20% increased monster density instead of rare breach monsters have 2% chance to drop breaches on blessings. Reduced chances for Kurek to offer unique or synthesized maps as an available mission in Ruthless. That is shit. Rogue Exiles and Ruthless only drop jewelry instead. Chests in Heist Blueprints and Ruthless now the appropriate minimap icons. Sweet. Non-unique monsters in Delve now drop 50% less items in Ruthless. No wonder why it felt so good. Special Expedition Logbook Remnants in Ruthless now have upsides. The area of the Temple of Atsuwatl in Ruthless is now the average level of all your incursions, not just the last 3 you do. The number of chests in the Temple of Atsuwatl Ruthless has been very slightly reduced. It that fled research safe house reward is now jewel crafting spree. The price of some items offered by Tujin and Ruthless has been reduced. Why? Because no one bought a single fucking item from Tujin. Dumb fuck. The drop chance for primordial jewels and Ruthless has been slightly increased. The drop chance for Vol orbs has been increased. Fixed an issue where map chests and logbooks were capable of dropping tier 1 maps. Hillick was providing the incorrect reward on research duty in Ruthless. Kick mods available during 3.21. Fortune favors the brave. Abyss Essence. Ambush Metamorph Heist Expedition Harvest. UI changes. Accounts email on the login screen. It's too late for that now. Fucking for years you could just snipe someone's email. Added an option to disable tutorials for your character's UX access. This can be found in the game options menu. The oils required for anointing a passive skill are now displayed at the bottom of the screen. However, both Lily Roth and Siosis tabs are color coded. Okay, that's cool. Add the ability to recapture beast to the BCR panel. Release, yep. Bug fixes, item filters. Okay. Oh. Oh, okay. Yeah, this is needed to add. Yep. Interesting. Oh, that's funny. uh, Maybe I'll take off next Friday. Alright, well, it's lunchtime. I'll probably watch some of Havoc's leveling. Yoink some of his stuff. And yeah, we might be back on before Friday, but I gotta get Friday off apparently. So, alright. Have a good day, guys. Have a good weekend. And we'll catch you guys later.